From a mob-blasting jet gun to mech suits, I'm here to find the coolest item that Minecraft needs to add. Starting with the Meat Shredder. By holding down right-click, players can power up its saw blade and use it to easily cut through any mob, even groups of them. And though it's tricky to obtain, requiring you to battle a powerful boss, its ability to also blaze through wood blocks makes it a must-have for any player. Same as this bubble blower. Not only is it a fun item that allows you to blow soap bubbles at your friends, but if combined with a new stasis enchantment, it could even be used to create bubble blocks that act as temporary platforms, letting me easily pop across this ravine where I left my cannon. These destructive powerhouses are great for defending your base from invaders, and they can even be ridden around on when firing, meaning players can easily take this pain train wherever they want. Though I'd rather use one of these sick skateboards. By obtaining materials from cool wandering skaters, players can craft a custom board before hitting the grind, skating around to build momentum before pulling off sick jumping tricks and grinding along iron bars. Why, it's almost as cool as the Earth Talisman, an item that allows players to weaponize the Earth itself by stomping up blocks to kick towards enemies. It can even be charged up to increase the size of the boulders. Take this! Ha-ha! Or it can be used to travel short distances. I am the Earthbender! It's an especially great ability for killing these new balloon mobs. To craft balloons. Perfect for a celebration, these delightful decorations could be dyed any color to liven up your base. Though, if combined with an arrow, players could also get these balloon arrows that aren't affected by gravity and latch a balloon onto any mob that gets hit, sending them soaring sky high. Haha, bye! Well, before the balloon pops and drops them to their doom.
Wow, that was super awesome, Bonks.
What the? A hologram me?
Yes.
But how?
By killing new Notor mobs, players can craft a holocoder item that allows them to copy the likeness of any mob, to then display as a hologram.
Oh, whoa! Hey, it makes for a pretty cool way to display all the mobs I've killed with this high-tech mech, which is great for traversal and can be upgraded to shoot either freezing ice beams or burning fire beams to decimate hostile mobs. Players could also build themselves this rideable drill from the same mod to easily tunnel through the earth in style. They're both incredibly useful tools, except for when you're trying to find any of these new fossil items. Found through archaeology, they can be crafted together to provide special effects, like the wolf one scaring away skeletons, the villager being able to display an item, or the guardian that gives players water breathing. Gives much more of a reason to brush through all that suspicious sand. Though, digging deeper, players could obtain the Totem of Possession, dropped from the new Watcher mobs. This monster forces players to see the world through its eyes as they're helplessly attacked. Ow! And though it makes for a tough fight, when killed, players can obtain their totem, which allows them to possess any mob they want instead, giving them control over both their movements and attacks. Haha! Huh. Creepus Possessium! Now just walk over there and kaboom! If possession seems a bit slow though, players could always just use the cloud blower to blast the mobs right out of there. This special item is crafted from the dropped clouds of new air-blowing mobs and can be dyed through 3 different modes to do things like push entities away from the player, sayonara suckers, pull items in closer, or even propel themselves around through the air. I can fly! Ah, ow! Oh man, I could really go for some pancakes! Gimme! Now these are a delicious new food item that can both be stacked up as high high as you want, and layered with honey to provide a speed boost when eaten. Though their most unique feature is the ability to throw one in a jukebox for some sick tunes. Oh yeah, music to my ears. Just like the ringing slams of the Infernal Forge. Obtained by facing the new Nether monstrosity boss in combat, this melee weapon does incredible damage to any mobs in its range, and has a special ground pound attack that'll knock mobs straight into the air. However, its true power comes once you've upgraded it into the Void Forge, as then, when slamming down, waves of void runes will rise up to demolish anything in its wake. So it's best to keep your pets out of its range with the flute, because while it can be used to play fun music, it can also be bound to a pet to immediately summon them to your side. It can even be used with horses. To me, my loyal steed! Or could be paired with the baby Leviathan. By locating the rare abyssal egg item, players would be able to place it down and hatch this new little pet. Then, once fed some tropical fish, it would follow its owner to the ends of the earth, attacking mobs with its deadly melee attacks, or charging up powerful lasers to help defend the player. But can you do any tricks?
I ate a villager once.
Oh. The Abyssal Egg is a must-have item, just like the Resistor Shield. Better than the standard shield in every way, it not only tanks more damage, but allows the player to slam the ground and unleash an electrically charged area attack. It can be crafted using materials found in new magnetic caves, and while extremely damaging, this electricity can even be changed by crouching to either knock mobs away or pull them in closer. It's great to have on hand while you explore the depths of new catacomb structures for a chance at the Totem of Radiance, a special golden lantern that, once placed, will automatically highlight all mobs within its range, making it a highly sought-after item for both cave exploring and nighttime base defense. Though I have to admit, when it comes to defense, nothing does that better than this spiny shell mace and armor, as the mace absolutely demolishes groups of mobs, whether unequipped or wearing full netherite armor. Meanwhile, the chestplate and helmet have built-in thorns and will impale most mobs that dare to fight back. Best part is, to get these items, players would just need to feed these giant crabs some rotten flesh. Not like I ever use that stuff anyways. Especially since I can't launch it out of this slingshot. It's an incredibly helpful tool that allows players to place any block in their inventory by launching them around. Pretty great for building. But that's not all it's good for, because players could also use it to get extra distance when tossing items like splash potions, snowballs, or ender pearls. And they could even enchant it with multi-shot to launch 3 times the items. Though, if you decide to launch TNT, make sure you have a remote detonator on hand. Using this item, players can link a TNT block to then detonate it whenever and wherever they please. Of course, it's best paired with nuclear TNT. Obtainable from slain mobs in new toxic cave biomes, it can be detonated to cause unimaginable death and destruction. So I definitely wouldn't use it for mining. I'll have all the diamonds in no time. Click. Instead, nothing beats mining with a trusty pickaxe and this furnace sword. Because not only is it a reliably strong weapon, but it also has the added ability to instantly cook any held item in your offhand, whether some iron ore or a raw pork chop. It's a useful item to have in a pinch, especially when hungry, and paired with this rare drinking hat, a special item that, when worn, allows the player to both eat food and drink potions in a mere fraction of the usual time. Found deep in abandoned mine shafts, this hat can really help players in a pinch, just like this musket and the musketeer armor. The musket being a powerful single-fire rifle that can be used to blast away any mob. Though players can even reload faster when wearing the sleek musketeer armor set. Though to obtain these items, players would need to find and battle the new skeleton musketeers in their fort structures, which can be a challenge. Ow! Ow! Unless you have the Earthbore Gauntlet. With this special glove, players players can tunnel under the ground before popping up and sending damaging debris everywhere. It even works amazingly well as a tool to let you travel through the deep underground, allowing players to more easily find new cave tunnels and rare ore. Bingo! Then you could just burrow straight up back to the surface. Though for players that don't have a gauntlet, rope is their best friend. It can either be placed to easily create a path down into deep cavern holes, or to latch on and pull blocks up to the surface. If you're stuck at the bottom of a cave, however, players could instead tie the rope to an arrow and shoot it up to deploy a rope for a convenient exit. Though, before you resurface, make sure to get yourself one of these magnetic gloves. Another item obtainable in magnetic caves, this can be used to grab any block and move it around to hit enemies, or to be launched as a projectile. Haha! Eat dirt! The real kicker, though, is that it can also shoot out a magnetic hook to let you grapple around wherever you want. Yoink! Then, when you land, pull out the Arcanithist and just start swinging. This is a rare weapon with incredible range that will cause every mob you hit to levitate into the air. And heck, if you don't like your odds, you can always right-click to force every mob in the area to lift off the ground at once. I could even put shulkers to shame. How's your own medicine taste? Ow! Shoot. I should have just used this guitar. Powered by song, players can easily knock down any mob in their path with some sick tunes. And as it's crafted from a note block and a stick, it's easy enough to put on a show. Yeah! Are you intimidated? Are you impressed? It even works when attacking the new cave centipede mob for their legs to craft a pair of these centipede leggings. A special armor item that allows players to climb up any wall as if it was a ladder. Scuttle, 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 scuttle. It makes reaching high up ores and mountain climbing incredibly easy. And once up high enough, you could even use your torch arrows to light up the night. Because crafted using a normal torch and an arrow, players can make this item that not only places a torch wherever it lands, but that can also set mobs on fire when they're hit. Haha, no mob would dare spawn now, especially as I'm wielding this flame shield. Bam! Dropped from a new nether boss, this shield allows the player to charge forward, damaging any enemies in its path. And if they manage to hit a wall after, they'll take extra damage from the impact. Where do you think you're going? Looks like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Though, while it's a powerful shield, this umbrella is better, as not only can it also be used as a shield, but when held, it even has the added benefit of slowing your fall, allowing players to safely make any otherwise impossible jump. However, it can be pretty easily blown out of the sky. Wait, what? By the pumpkin staff.
Hello, Bonks.
Ned!
You will address me as Pumpkin Wizard.
What? That's a stupid name.
I'll kill you!
Using pumpkin seeds for ammo, players can use this weapon to shoot pumpkins that explode when they hit an enemy. Though it also has a small chance to summon pumpkin spirits when fired, to help out in combat. Ooh, now I'm the pumpkin wizard. Though the stunning power of this primitive club is also pretty sick. Its damage is unmatched, and with an 80% chance to stun hit enemies, it makes for a great way to escape an otherwise deadly encounter. Wait. Get bonked, idiot! I should have ran. No! Or I could have used one of these jetpacks. Woo! Buildable in every material tier, even wood, these items allow the player to fly at incredible speeds to travel long distances, or to hover in place to help when building high up. All it takes is a little coal to power them too, so they're especially great to have when traveling in the end to battle the Ender Guardian for his special gauntlet, a powerful weapon with the ability to drag enemies towards you before unleashing a devastating punch. It is quite quite the valuable weapon. Though, when you have to fight this beast of a mob for it, with its groundbreaking slam attacks and damaging void rune energy, you might want to pack some pocket pistons. Little gloves that can be worn by the player to drastically increase knockback. Makes it real easy to send mobs a-flying. Bam! Though, I think it could be made even cooler if given the ability to launch the player off the ground too. Yeet! You just need to find one in a pillager outpost first, which isn't a problem for players that use the Explorer's Compass. This unique item allows you to quickly locate any structure in the world through a new menu, and it's easily craftable with some cracked stone. However, if it's a biome you're after, you should instead craft the Nature's Compass, as it allows players to easily search out the exact location of any biome, which makes it extremely easy to locate the new Umvathana villages in order to get yourself the Sun's Blessing. It's a powerful ability that can be used to blast mobs with pure solar energy. You just gotta give this big bird enough gold blocks to impress him first. Isn't this enough?
More!
Okay, here.
More!
Once you've got it, though, players will also be able to call down scorching beams that'll blast down from the sky, which you can use to fry deadhounds for their teeth. It's a sharp material used to craft the even sharper hound traps. Best for defense, these items can be rigged to go off the moment any mob or player steps foot in them, killing most mobs in a single hit and immobilizing any that survive. However, they can be disabled by throwing items on them, so sneakier players might still prove to be a nuisance. But that's where the Balloon Buddy comes in. Crafted from balloon parts, they have a number of unique personalities that change how they behave. Like the cool balloon that distracts mobs from attacking you with its cool finger gun. Or the crazed balloon that punches mobs like a maniac. Though my favorite is the trolling balloon, as he'll grab mobs and lift them up into the air before dropping them down to their deaths. He'll even grab the royal creeper and help you kill him so that you can grab its golden gunpowder, a material that can be crafted into the royal bomb to charge up and throw. It'll instantly create huge explosions while still dropping the damaged blocks, making it both a great weapon and a great mining tool. But what if you wanted to become a creeper yourself? Well, by finding and quickly slaying new skeleton Demoman mobs, players have a chance to gain their hat. It's a sticky item that can't be removed once equipped, and when a player gets low enough on health, its fuse will light. I'm gonna blow! Causing them to explode, killing nearby mobs and themselves. So I'd much rather use the incredible Star's Edge Blade. Because while this two-handed weapon has great speed and power, it also grants players the ability to evade backwards and forwards in an instant, with an added speed boost effect. Though rarely found in End City chests, its power will make you unstoppable, unlike beacon beams, which can be stopped with even one dirt block. Though with these unique crystal items, however, players could actually redirect beacon lights like a mirror, while also changing their color. It can be used to create a really cool looking laser show for your builds. You might even attract some of the deep ones. These water mobs are unique in that they can be traded with for new rare items, like the magic conch. If charged up, this item allows the player to summon a small battalion of deadly water mobs, like the Deep One Mage that floats in bubbles to fire out powerful water magic, or the Deep One Knight that'll throw out tridents. Though, if you wanted to get in on the action yourself, you could always craft this tamed sword to ride any mob. By simply hitting an entity, players are immediately thrown on top of them, which can make for quite the chaotic fight. Oops, I'm on top of you. Oh, and now I'm over here. You know what? I think I'm just gonna use my Wither Assault Cannon! Bam! Found into new ancient factory structures? This Wither Skull launching machine is great at dealing with tough enemies. Well, unless you upgrade it into the Void Cannon with materials found in the end. Because then, it just gets better, launching a massive area of void runes in its wake. When it comes to Traversal though, you'll want yourself a pair of these Furrow Slime boots. Uniquely repulsive, these boots allow its wearer to fly across metallic blocks like iron, though they can be a bit slippery. Luckily, they also bounce the player upon contact with the ground, just like a slime block. Woo! Makes it easy to travel in style while fighting mobs off with a magnetic frisbee. Crafted within the magnetic caves, this useful weapon can be tossed around to bounce off of and damage groups of mobs with each use, all before coming right back to you like a boomerang. Though, despite its fun name, I would avoid using it for a friendly game. Go long, Carl!
Okay, throw it now! What the? Where am I?
You are dead, Carl!
No!
Just kidding.
It's just me, and this sick Soul Render scythe. With this weapon in my hands, not only can I steal the health of every mob I hit, but I can also summon an area of souls under me to damage all nearby mobs too. A lot stronger than hitting mobs with this new wrench, that's for sure. Especially because it's much better at rotating blocks. Even those like signs, beds, and weirdly double chests. This feels cursed, though maybe not as cursed as the Desolate Dagger, a magically imbued knife capable of summoning ghosts of itself that hover around the mob before dealing extra damage. If you hit a mob enough times, there won't be anything that can save them from its devastating fury. Though you could always rely on the Wand of Darkness. Made of the same dark magic, this item can be used to manifest horrid clouds in the sky that'll smash down to obliterate every enemy in its area. Even wardens fear its power. Ha ha ha! Though, for players that fancy science over fantasy, might I interest you in this ray gun? It shoots powerful beams of radioactive energy that can pierce and damage every entity in its path. Crafted from the hazardous materials of toxic caves, it can even be retextured to look more familiar. Back, you monsters! Quick, my only way out is through that video! Look it, please, hurry!